Hey, evening guys. Just painting some Grey Knights tonight. Got one here in front of me, as you can see here. Um, this is my first ever painting stream, by the way, so if there are any complications, then bear with me. Let me know in the chat. So tonight we are going to be highlighting some Grey Knights. As you can see here, they're not exactly grey, they're green. Well, should I say, they are Gorse Plaster Green. They've had a coat of Coelia Green shade. I've got 3 stages that I painted. I'm going to do a video which shows all 3, but I speed paint. You got the base, you got the wash, ink, shade, whatever you want to call it, and then you've got the highlight. And I'm now at the highlight stage. I've put Null Oil on the Lead Belcher and the Balthazar Gold, and I've also put, like I just said, the Coelia Green shade on the Ghost Blaster Green. So now tonight what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight, and I will do that now. So for highlighting I use a medium-ish small brush with a half decent point on it. So I'm going to dive straight in here. Okay. So look here. So let me just get some of this. Start highlighting. So highlighting for me is the final of the 3 stages. In the final of the 3 stages, we have this. So what I'm going to do is, if you can see, just going to gently go around the model and highlight it, bring in all the green. I do my shading backwards, so I do the base in green, then I do a wash all over. Like, it doesn't even need to be tidy, just wash everywhere with the shade, and then I highlight in the original color. So it means you can paint squads very quickly, and that's what I've done, because I've got a really big pile of shame that I'm working through, and these Grey Knights have been in my collection for a while. So all I do is I go around, let's make sure you can see here, take a little bit off the brush and just go around and highlight like that, gently around there like that. So I kind of highlight backwards in a way, like that. Cool. And then I just rotate my way around the model. Just keep rotating like that, up over. That's it, going through that. So rather than going around and shading the dark parts, I ink the entire thing quite messily, and then I go around and I just do in the highlights. And at first it looks like you're obliterating all of the shade that you did, but as you go around you get these very subtle recesses that's still there. I like my I don't like my models to look too anime. I did quite a bit of oil painting when I was younger, so the way I like it is quite brushed, like brushed metal is how I like it. I don't like to highlight every edge. It makes it look very anime and cartoony. That's not like the way I like to paint. I'm sorry for doing this stream so late, but I'm still in the testing phases of streaming. This is only my 2nd stream. I'm testing the microphone. The last stream that I did yesterday with Bay, when we played played against my girlfriend. Sorry, Bay is the name for my girlfriend. Is we played, we had a match and the microphone level was set way too high and it was crackling all over the place. So if it's still crackling, let me know. It should be alright. There we go, just bringing in the highlights. Make sure I've got this nice here. I've got a wet palette here as well, which I created. Okay. So yeah, you just go around and highlight the highlight bits like this. There we go. Nice and neat. Bring in the little bits. And the thing is, it's like you can do it light on the first time round, and then you can always do it heavier on the second time round, or fill in the bits you missed. The key is you can go round pretty quickly and get it done. Like that. Just bring out the highlights, as you can see here. I'll hold it up in the light so you can see it. Again, just bringing in those highlighted bits. Try to leave some of the recess bits there. So you can already see from a distance that is starting to look pretty good. And it doesn't need to be perfect. These models that I paint, as long as they look good from a distance on the battlefield, that's the main thing. I don't spend hours on each model. I paint in units or squads, as you would say. It's all about maximum impact. Maximum impact, minimum effort is my mantra when painting. I've seen quite a few painting tutorials, because I'm still learning, where it's like, oh, this is a speed painting guide and it's got like 10 stages to it, and you're like, that's not speed painting really, is it? So my stages, they only have three stages: base, shade all over, and then highlight, usually in the same color that you based in, because I ink and shade so dark all over. And then if you want a fourth stage where you highlight, you know, really highlight in whites and stuff, but that's not my style. My style, my models are very subtle. There we go. Seeing as that's starting to pop now, you can see. Yeah, that's getting good. I like painting at night as well. I find it very therapeutic. Like if you've got something going on in your life or at work, although the danger is that you end up staying up too late. I mean, usually I'd be listening to an audiobook, but because of copyright strikes, I can't listen to that. Plus, it would be extremely annoying for you listening to me blather on with an audiobook over the top of it. There we go. Just highlighting those edges nicely. And like I say, this is the same color that it was based in there. And you just move in those little bits there. Leave those recesses. There we go. Nice and neat. You can see the high contrast coming out now. Just do the backs of the feet here as well. Just bring in the edges. Try not to obliterate all the detail, all the shadows. Like I say, you can be rough because, you know, it looks like brushed metal, so it can be nice and, you know, it can look a bit brushed. It doesn't need to be pinpoint perfect. There we go. I'm just going to add some moisture to my brush in the wet palette. And like I say, I'm not really thinning them that much. I don't tend to thin my paints too much. I like to, as long as it's not really gloopy. I quite like the consistency of Games Workshop paint. quite thick. I've used other ones like Game Color, but Game Color I find it's not as thick, it doesn't have the same pigmentation. There we go. And as you can see, I paint my models fully assembled as well. I like a good challenge like that. Yeah, just put some highlight on there. That's fine. Get in there. Just get in that little bit there. Yeah, that's nice. Do this a bit there. Yeah. Again, like, you know, hold it up, rotate it round if it looks. Go over again there. These bits here on the Grey Knights with the pauldrons, if you've done in a different colour, are tricky. There we go. It's looking good. Yeah. That's it. Up over. Highlight that area there. Nice. Brush that metal. Don't get too close. Keep the recesses. Otherwise, you'll have to ink it again if you don't keep those recesses. That's nice. Blend it in. Almost done on this one. So yeah, I mean, usually it would drive me nuts trying to paint one model at a time. I would, yeah. So I paint them in batches, and that's why it's important to have a process. So where have we got to go next? Just under here. Got to get rid of that gold that's under there that's following over. There we go. Get rid of that. Highlight his crotch piece. And then we'll get under here. Do this bit here as well. Again, you work from the flattest bit and then work your way in like that. There we go. Yeah, perfect. Nice. That's good. And then you can just brush along his fingers like that. Yep, you can see those fingers have already popped out now. Again, you can just brush along. There you go. Come to life now. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. You can see I'm being a little bit rough with it, but you know, that's fine. Just sorting out my brush. Just making it a bit wetter. So yeah, I'm going to go in for the collar now. The collar on this guy. Just bring in that highlight there. There we go. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, it's popping now. Popping, popping. Just twist it. There we go. Lovely stuff. Gotta get a point on this. Just above the helmet as well there as well. Again, it just gives that contrast around the helmet. The helmet will be done in gold highlight. Not actually a Games Workshop gold, but a Game Color gold, because Game Color do a really nice reflective gold. So you do the bronze underneath, and then you can do the other bit afterwards. So like I say, I'm happy with that now. Happy with that. Inside the arm maybe a little bit. There we go. Yeah. It's looking nice. Looking good now. Nice and bright, but not too bright. Just rotate yourself around. Fill in any highlights you missed. Just get in there maybe a little bit. Just give that a little highlight in there. Yeah, there we go. That's nice. Yeah. Blend that in under the arm there. I'm happy with that actually. I like that effect. Again, like I said, you don't want to lose all of your recess. I'm gonna keep it. Okay. There we go. Lovely stuff. I'm happy there, happy there. Again, it's just this little bit here. It's tricky. Let's have a look. Okay. Make sure this is nice and highlighted. Yeah, come on, get in there, get in there. There we go, there we go. And always, like when you're painting the model, always just keep rotating it from all angles, just so you're happy with it. Like that. And as we can see on the top there, I missed the top of his head, so you know, don't go fast, but don't rush is the key. So yeah, we can highlight this, especially bits that are on the top like this. You can do them a bit lighter, because they're obviously, if you think about it, the sun is always, the light source is always coming from the top, so it's nicer to have some light from the top like that. There we go. Yeah, that looks better. You can see there. All I'm doing between brushes there is I'm dipping it directly in the pot. I tip my paint, tip my paintbrush directly in the pot, the paint pot. Give it a little rub on the side, a little rub in the wet palette, and then straight back on. There's no palette here. See, I'll show you. So straight in the pot, like that. One, give it a little like that, little wipe. Then in the wet palette that I've made here. Wet palettes are really simple to make. They're just basically a plastic sandwich container with a bit of kitchen towel and then some baking paper and some water. Pour the water in, make it wet, and then shake the water out, and there you go. Done. And what the wet palette does is it just very slightly thins your paints out so that it doesn't go on too gloopy, and the paint goes a bit further as well. There we go. I think I'm happy with that actually. That's the green for this guy done. You know what, I might do a little bit more on that side. I'll show you what the other guy looked like. So before it was like that. You can see it's very dark green, and then after is like that. You can just see the way the highlights pop and the recesses go down. You can just see it much better. Yeah, is that too close? Yeah. Cool. So what I'm going to do actually, I'm gonna do the gold on this guy. Do the gold on him, so I'm going to grab my gold paint. Just give me 1 second. Leave him there for you to admire for 2 seconds. Grab my gold paint. Cool. So this is the gold paint I use on the highlight. Cool. Okie dokie. So the gold, I'm going to do the flag and everywhere else. That's my particular style of doing it. So you give your game color, reflective gold, just give it a little shakeroonie. Perfect. So I think what we'll do is we'll start with the flag here. Banner, pardon me. Just go around here. You can already see that starting to come out now, starting to get reflective, starting to look more like gold. And I'm going for kind of like bullion gold. Bullion gold is, you'll find it in a lot of British uniforms. Bullion gold has a very kind of dark bronze kind of undercoat to it, but when it shines, it really glistens, and that's what I was going for, because I've had that on my own military uniforms in the past. There we go. There you go. You can see the gold start coming out. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Brush it along the fingers there and on the book. That's good. And you don't need to be crazy careful with it. Just make sure you don't obliterate the black bits too much. You can kind of brush it like that, so it looks like brushed gold. You can really see that gold start to come out now, start to get reflective. It's a shame that the GW don't do. There we go. There we go. It's a shame they don't do a reflective gold like this. There we go. just keep going over, building up the gold. Yeah, that's starting to look nice now. Without obliterating the detail too much. Bring in those highlights. There you go, it's starting to look nice now. The difficult bit with this stage is holding back, because it's this gold paint by Game Color, it's not very potent when it's just put on its own, but you put it on top of Balthazar Gold and this, and it just explodes. There we go. There we go. Yeah, that looks good. I can see the figure starting to appear now. Let's go around here. Nice. That's it, just bring in the highlights. As you can see, like I said, I'm not being terribly careful, just going around, trying to make it all slowly blend in. And there you go, you can see it really starting to turn into gold now. It starts to look like something you might see in a Catholic church or something. There we go. That's nice. I'm happy with that. I don't want, you see, the thing is, I don't want to obliterate all of the bronze. It's the same with the green, the same kind of painting style. You want to go over and highlight and make it all gold, but you don't want to obliterate that really nice kind of bronzy undertone, that kind of orangey bronze that's underneath. Oh, I'm looking forward to doing this top bit with the skulls up here. Yeah, that bit. Let me make sure I haven't got too much on my brush. There we go. Oh wow, that's nice, man. Yeah. Brush that man. Oh yeah, that looks really nice. I like that a lot. I think that's enough on those skulls there as well, because you've got some very fine detail in there. So I'm looking over there to make sure I don't blur it too much. You can see what's going on. But those other bits at the side definitely need some more. So let's do that. I want these bits really, really, really to pop. Yeah. I like it. Yeah. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Yeah. You really see the light reflecting off that now. That looks good. I actually switch to a smaller brush for the edges, but before I do, I need to do the back. Let's do the back of the flag as well. Sorry, I'm silent because I'm concentrating so hard on this little bit here. And as you can see, my brush doesn't have a terrible point on it. Sorry, blowing into the mic there. Make sure we're on the top. Do this bit. There we go. Yeah, happy with that. Sides. Let me just get this brush sorted out. Half of tonight's actually just trying to get this live streaming format correct. Because I like a good challenge. You know, getting all the camera right and making it nice and neat. I've seen quite a few of these painting tutorials because you always have to start by seeing what other people do on Twitch, and their workstations are just so messy you can't really see what's going on. I might seem a bit anal. I like a lot of white. I like good colour. I don't like a lot of mess around when I'm trying to paint something detailed or do something that requires a lot of attention. I like to have a very neat workspace. And to be honest, I'm not a very neat person, but just I like to be able to, if I'm doing any kind of painting, I just can't have any clutter around. I need to have a nice big workspace. A lot of the live streams I see, people do it from in front of their computers mostly, but I couldn't do that. It's just not my style. I'm in my hallway at the moment. Well, dining room, whatever you call it. There we go. Yeah, that looks dope. Nice. It really does look like a bronze pole now, doesn't it? Just gonna brush that in there a little bit. Just blend it in. Then keep rotating it in the light. Oh, woof, that looks nice. I need to remember to keep it in the middle so you can see it. Double check the monitor. There we go. I might actually switch to a smaller brush for those edges. I want to get them right, and this brush is starting to fray. It's fighting me. Does anyone else go through brushes really quickly? I seem to go through them so quickly, it's untrue. Like they lose their point so quickly. Well, this guy seems okay. Alright. Oh, that's much better. Much better. Let me move it into the center, sorry. Can always just rotate it around. Key is there's always a habit with a small brush to start trying to use it with a point to dry brush, but don't do that because it really does wreck the brush, I find. That's probably why all my brushes, I'm a bit aggressive with my brushes, to be honest. I think that's why I just go fly through the brushes. Sorry about that. And when you're painting as well, I found the brushes last longer and you actually paint better if you always go in one direction. Don't just go backwards and forwards, like push, like that way, push. There's always the habit of going up, coming back, and it just seems to always mess up on the way back. I used to think it was a faster way of painting, but I just want to brush in the same direction. Brush in the same direction. Oh yeah, that's nice. You kind of hold your paintbrush like a pencil, almost vertical when you do this. And if you got, I've actually got quite shaky arms, or it doesn't look like it. But put your elbows on the table, and it makes it much easier to paint. Kind of lock your arms into the table. If you have your arms like all flailing up, you're going to be shaking all over the place. And remember, when you're doing detail work, just have fun with it. Like, don't worry too much. Worrying makes you make mistakes. Have fun with painting. Painting isn't a chore, it's fun. I say that like I'm trying to convince you. There we go. Is that alright? Here's another touch up there. Stroke that metal. Yeah, beautiful. Look at that reflective gold there. Looks lovely. Okay, I think I need some more on the other side as well. Again, as you can see, when I'm going around, I'm seeing other bits that I want to fill in, but there's a lot of detail on this. The idea of painting this flag and banner, in different colors does not excite me. That's why I just use the gold bullion. I try to keep it as simple as possible. This banner I have seen painted in lots and lots of different colors, but I prefer just to have gold. This is actually the second time I've done this banner as well. Look at that, that just looks so stunning from a distance as well, with the reflective. Okay, cool. So now we've done that, we can actually do all the other gold bits on the Grey Knight as well. So we can just go around and just pick out all the flat areas like that. There we go. There we go. Pick out those flat areas. The Inquisition mark. Oh, my finger's in the way, sorry. There we go. The most fun bit about the Grey Knights is the lettering when you do the gold over the top of it. But it is, like I said about don't getting scared earlier, but it is the scariest bit as well. Because if you don't do it right, you can just lose all the lettering. So let's see if we get it right. Just go over very gently. There we go. That's nice. There we go. Just bringing that in. And you have to kind of run it along the lettering, like very gently. Like you kind of drag it across like that. Oh, sorry. In the lettering in here, just drag it across like that. And if you mess it up, you can always go back over with Nuln Oil. Key is not to put too much. Again, you can just see the lettering in there. Yeah, it's difficult to see that. Just going to get the lettering in on this leg here as well. Just in there. Just drag it over. Like that. As you can see, it's just all the lettering is now just popped in gold. The skull is popped in gold. To be honest, I messed this one up here, but it's alright. You can always go over it again. Yeah. You can see now the gold starting to pop inside there. Really start to see that gold, that brush gold coming in. Yeah, that's nice. Again, over the lettering, flat brush. In that pauldron. Just flatten the brush. Go over. Might use the other brush for this because it's a bit flatter. There we go. That's better. It's kind of like dry brushing, I guess. But you're using that gold dense gold pigmentation to bring it out like that. You can see that shield starting to pop now. There's a bit of gold on the bolter there as well. Just bringing that highlight. Yeah, that's nice. Do the helmet now. Ooh, once the helmet gets done, it looks dope. That looks dope now, mate. Need to get some more gold on there. Helmet's, again, one of the hardest bits because it's like you don't want to overdo it too much. You want it to look good, but you don't want it to go crazy. There we go. Ooh, yeah, that's enough now. That looks really nice. See that helmet's glowing gold now. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Okay, where were we? See the way that brush there just gave that really nice brush metal effect on the back armor. Do the same here. Start from the center and work your way out. Use my other brush to do the delicate bit. That looks nice. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, so that's a detail done on that. Okay, so it's time to do this bit. Beautiful. Cool. Oh, there's one little bit left to highlight, which is this gold here. Brush gold is looking good now. Just look all the way around. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I think that's enough bling for one night. So yeah, that's one of my Grey Knights highlighted. And now I'm going to do exactly the same with these guys. But for now, I'm going to leave it there with the live stream. Thank you for joining me tonight. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, smash the like and follow button, and I'll see you again with one of these little guys. So yeah, thanks a lot for your time tonight, and thank you. Cheers.